This is my first video filming in my new house, my new setup, and I thought it would be fun to film a foundation routine with the new Clinique, well, it's not new, but it's new to me, the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation Plus Concealer. I thought this would be a good video to film, kind of a detailed video, so you'll have to let me know how you like the lighting. I kept the background kind of simple, a laddered bookshelf, and I just filled it in. I'm sitting on my little chaise. I was gonna hang up my statement necklaces here, but I'm kind of liking the clean look. So you guys will have to let me know how the quality and the lighting is. I have on my lights and I'm sitting in front of a massive window, so maybe it's even too bright, I don't know. I'm gonna zoom in when I do my face, but I was originally planning on filming a first impressions video with this foundation because I had never heard of this before until Dan's kind of sister-in-law, I guess she's like, it's his brother's girlfriend, they've been together forever. She told me about this and she's very, very, very into makeup. So she told me about this, so I went to Sephora and I got it in the shade Golden Neutral. And I wanted to film a first impressions, but I've been using it for almost 2 weeks and I'm obsessed with it. So this is now, just with the move and everything, I never got around to filming a first impressions and I didn't want to wait to use it. I couldn't wait to try it. So this is now a foundation routine. This is the foundation I've been using for the last 2 weeks or so, and I'm so, so impressed. Never would I have thought that I'd be this blown away by a Clinique foundation. Not anything against Clinique, it's just not a top of the mind brand when I think of foundations or even brands of foundations that I want to try. This is just not up there, if I'm being honest. So I'm really glad that she introduced me to it, because otherwise I would have just walked past it 1,000 times in Sephora and never gave it a second look. They have a lot of shades, but they all seemed more pink toned. This really was the only yellow toned, the closest to my skin tone that was a yellow undertone, and I definitely need a yellow undertone with my skin. That's the only negative I will say about it. This matches me pretty well, but if I was any lighter, it would probably be a problem. Right now it works well because even if it's a little dark for me, I'm tanning, not tanning, but I'm getting color just from being outside on my chest and everything, so it equals out. But if I was in the winter using this, I don't know, it might be a little too dark for me. Let's jump in. I'm not naked, I promise. I feel like I look really naked from this angle. So I'm gonna zoom you in and we will do my face makeup. So I have clean skin and I just put on some SPF this morning. I'm gonna start out with my Pores No More foundation primer from Dr. Brandt. I love this stuff. It makes your pores look invisible. I had a facial yesterday, so I hope my skin's looking good. Love this, especially if I don't want to wear makeup one day and I just want to put on something to make my skin, make me feel confident in my skin. This is a really, really great product. Okay, so shaking it up a bit. I really love the applicator on this. It is a doe foot, almost like a concealer applicator. So you can really just put it wherever you need it. And the other really cool thing is it doesn't apply too much. So you do have to kind of go back in a few times into the bottle. But as you can see, it just literally dabbity dab doos. And that way you can build it. It is a buildable foundation, but if you want just a really light coverage, I just turned my ring light off because I feel like it's washing me out. So I hope that this is a little bit better. As I was saying, I just kind of dab it on my face because then I can kind of see where I need to go back and put another layer or put a little extra coverage, and I love it for that because it doesn't ever apply too much. Sometimes pumps can tend to apply too much, so I really just like that you have total control with this applicator. And I'm using my Nude Beauty Blender, which is damp, and I bought this because they say it doesn't stain because it's the color of your foundation and concealer, but that's a lie because I just cleaned this and, well, here I just used it. It's filthy, filthy. It looks worse than the pink and the black, so I think I've learned my lesson and I'm just gonna stick to the pink one because even though the pink one can stain and does, it never looks this bad. I just think they should stop trying to come out with all these different colors because they're not any better and they're actually, I think they look worse. It makes me feel like I just want to throw this out and get a new one because it looks like it's 12 years old. That's just one layer of coverage, which I think is really nice. And I usually just go back on my chin area where I have those scars and just dab a little bit more. and just over those scars. And then it's just the perfect coverage. It has staying power too. Lasts all day, especially in this heat. That's always important to me in the summer, to use a foundation that's not gonna melt off your skin. And I just love how you can still see your skin through. It's matte, but you still have a little bit of a glow, like a little bit of a sheen. It doesn't completely mask everything, and that's also important to me, especially in the summer. You just want your skin to look really vibrant and youthful and plump, and this foundation just does that for you. Under my eyes, I like to keep it really bright, and I use the Collection 2000. This always wears off so quickly, the writing. And this is in Fair, #1, and my friend Arazu, Sparkle Miss A, sent this to me all the way from London, and it's one of my favorite concealers. The cool thing though, you can also use this as a concealer, which does cover, but I really like it a little bit brighter under there, a couple shades lighter than my foundation. So that's why I do that under my eyes. And then I'm also gonna go around my mouth and just down the center of my face. And we'll use the same beauty blender. I use this concealer with every foundation, not just this one. It just works with all of them. This concealer feels like it runs out really fast. That's the only complaint, or maybe just because I use it all the time. I have a drawer full of concealers, and every brand, I feel like I have every brand, but I somehow always go back to this one. I just love how it makes my under eyes look so bright. On my eyes, in case anybody's wondering, I used Bare Minerals Celestine all over the lid, which is kind of like a taupey shimmer. And then in the crease, I used Urban Decay Buck. And in the outer corner, I used Clinique Black Honey, which is really pretty, in case anybody is cared to know. I am setting that with my Anastasia Banana Powder, which I still have not found a cuter case for. I'm still using this original packaging. And this is a Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35. It's the perfect little shape for underneath. And then I just take whatever's left on the brush and go over wherever I place that concealer, just to set it. I really don't set this foundation. That's why I just use the banana powder on the highlighter areas, because you truly don't need to set it. Unless you have really oily skin, then I would say maybe you'd want to, just very lightly, but you really don't need to. And I find that if I did set it, I have tried it, it kind of masks that glow that I hope that you're seeing. It's really pretty. Bronzer, I'm using Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I want to eat it. And Studio Gear number 11. An oldie but goodie brush from Ulta. I don't think Ulta sells this line anymore, but it remains one of my very favorite brushes, and the ferrule's coming loose on it, so it's probably gonna be going in the trash soon, but until then. I like this bronzer more so for contouring than for like a sunny bronzer, because it is a really pretty rich chocolate pigment, not rich, but like a milk chocolate pigment. But in the summertime, I really prefer to use sunny bronzers. Like, so Ceylon is like my fave. Milani makes one, or the ombre one from IT Cosmetics, but I just felt like going a little bit matte on the bronzer today. But normally this time of year, I just take like the sunny bronzers and go crazy on my face. And then highlighter, I am using my Mary Luminizer from The Balm and my Anastasia highlighter brush. I know I do this a little backwards, but I like putting the highlighter on before the blush. It just kind of, I think, molds everything together. And for blush, this is the first time I've used this since last spring, summer. This is Coralisa from Benefit, one of my very favorites of all time, but especially in this spring, summertime. It is so pretty. Tip of the nose. And then also I'm gonna run this through my brows. I purchased this recently from Sephora as well. It's Sephora brand brow builder. It's waterproof and it has an awesome little applicator. It's kind of like, it looks like little hairs, and then it colors your brows and sets them in place. I'm running really low. I'm pretty much out of my Ico brow gel that I was using, and I read a really nice review about this on one of the blogs that I read, and so I tried it and I really, really like it. It kind of gives you the illusion of hairs, which I really need, especially for my brows, because I don't really need them to be any darker. I just need to fill in some sparse areas that I have. And this also does come in several shades, more so than I think they probably need to have for brows, but I have it in Midnight Brown, and it seems to be a really good match. I just had a brow wax today, and it's like, hit my lower lashes a little bit. I already did mascara on the top this morning when I did my eyes, but now I'll just do the bottom. This is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir that I love. Probably time to get a new one of this. And for my lips, I'm lining with Makeup Forever Aqua Lip in 2C. It's kind of like Whirl from MAC, a little bit pinkier. I think Makeup Forever makes some of the best lip liners that I've tried. And oftentimes this is the only thing I'll use as my lip color. I won't even like put a gloss or a color over. They're just really rich in pigment and have awesome staying power. Using this little sample that I got, not sample, but I got it from the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Perk. It's the Beach Bum is the shade, and again, it's that really pretty mauve-y brown. And this is Ample Pink from MAC, and I just put it in the center for a little gloss because the lipstick is matte. Okay, so you guys will have to let me know what you think of the new background. Simple is best, especially against white. I just love filming against a white wall. You guys will have to let me know what you think. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for coming into my new home. It's so good to see you. I'm finally like settled, kind of, but settled in a way that I could be filming. This is the first video I have filmed in a week and a half, I think. So it's good to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. My next video will be an exciting one. I have an unboxing to share with you, and I cannot wait to show you because I haven't even taken it out of the box. I'm literally dying. I might just film it after this one if my little princess stays sleeping. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. That is what the color looks like. I'm really happy. As always, I hope this color lasts me as long as the last